So hello to everyone. Thank you, Steph, for inviting me in this really nice talk. And I want to say that I really like the quiz of Alice. So I'm Francesca Terranova, and I'm studying bioacoustics and penguins in my PhD project that is about passive acoustic monitoring as a tool for support sphanisciforms conservation. Just to clarify, because maybe sphanisciforms is not a word that everyone knows, but sphanisciforms are penguins, so aquatic flightless birds that everyone know, I think. And it's important to know that 10 out of these 18 species of penguins nowadays are classified as vulnerable or endangered. And between these 10 species, there is the African penguins, that is the target species of my PhD project. And that is a monogamous bird that inhabits the coast of South Africa and Namibia. And as you can see from these graphs, this is the reason why now it's really endangered. There was a really a big decline of this species in the 1960s, between 1960 and 1980. And for this reason, South African government is pressing a lot for creating and biodiversity management plan for this species. And this is the reason why I'm doing my project, just to understand how to monitor these species without disturbing them. And for this reason, I'm using passive acoustic monitoring. So basically, I use the autonomous record unit that I placed in around the colony. And the pro are that you could use the chip devices and you could record continuously also during wet weather and during night especially. The colony in which I did my data collection was a Stony Point colony. It is a mainland African penguin colony. It is composed by around 1,700 breeding pairs. And my objectives are to use passive acoustic monitoring to estimate the number of breeding individuals and the presence of chicks inside the colony. In order to do this, I did my data collection during between February and May in 2023. And as you can see, this is the Stony Point Nature Reserve. That is a beautiful place, but as you can see, is a coastal side. And I placed 8 different song meter micro, and I recorded between 6 p.m. and 7 a.m. basically, because from previous studies we know that the vocal peak is around sunset and sunrise hour, and I did 30 minutes long recordings. Now I'm full of recordings, of course, and my proposal is to use a particular song that is in the vocal repertoire of African penguins. This is called exotic display song. And in the period of data collection, I also collect data about the nesting activity, so if the nests are occupied or not, and the presence or absence of chicks and egg. Just to show to you, this is an exotic display song emitted by an African penguin. I hope you hear that. And more in particular, this is the composition of the song. So basically, this is a song that is used for territoriality and also for the attraction of mates. Is mainly uttered by males, but is still we still don't know exactly. And as you can see, it's composed by different syllables. So basically, we have the short syllable A, then the long syllable B, the syllable C, that is an inspiration syllable. there is another one. So basically, after the data collection, we use a monitor package to automate detection of ADS that did work pretty well, because basically we use the syllable B as template. The challenge is that there is a big variability between the ADS uttered between individuals, but also the same individuals could change the composition of the song, like emitting 2 B syllables, for example, or also just emitting A syllables, as you can see from the spectrograms. So there is an ADS that is correctly detected by monitor, and then an ADS with just the syllable A. And another big challenge of this day was collected just detect the detection of the recordings with wind. That in my case is a big problem, because I can just erase the first killers of the spectrograms, because the ADS are low frequency sounds. And at the same time, I want to say thank you to all the people that helped me in WILDLABS.NET and also in Acoustic Exchange, because they give to me a lot of insights that now I'm trying to detect the detection of the wind, because basically I have to detect the wind and just remove from my dataset, since there is a false positive detection that confuse, of course, the final analysis. That's all from my side. This is the beginning of my result about my PhD, so we will see. And thank you. And if you wanna just for the question, there is the email or the Twitter account. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Francesca, for sharing like what you're working on and some of the challenges. And it's great that you've been finding help through WILDLABS and the Bioacoustic Stack Exchange in your project. I'm gonna give you the same question I asked Andrew at the start. What are you most excited about that's coming up in your work?
In the next field season, I think we will do always passive acoustic monitoring in the same colony, but with also the just focus on the density of the nest and how connect the density of the nest with the passive acoustic, with the vocal activity basically of the African penguins. So yeah, we will see, because
Oh, sorry, keep going. I interrupted.
Depending also from the results of this first field season, we will just maybe focus in some area or not, because basically what we want to do is that all the stuff that we are doing on this Stony Point Nature Reserve just translate in all the remote places that in which there are the African penguin colonies, because basically a lot of African penguin colonies are in the remote islands that are not so accessible. So the protocol of passive acoustic monitoring will help to the monitoring of these species in the remote places.
Amazing. As you progress, please keep us updated and tell us how your work's going and how the sort of challenges that you're facing and overcoming and lessons you're learning along the way. It would be great to keep in touch as you keep going. All right. Look at us almost being on time for once. Well done, everyone. To wrap us up, I just want to say a big thank you to all our speakers, particularly Andrew, who joined at 1 a.m. Australian time. So big kudos to that level of commitment. And we will see you all here next month in July. It's around the 20th. I can't quite remember the date, but all of the dates are on Wild Labs if you just search Variety Hour. And as always, suggestions for speakers and projects or requests are very, very welcome. But we'll see you next month. Thanks, everyone.